Free to be who I be, Iron Monkey 913, Ramblin' on review. Now, if you haven't seen my stuff already, I'm going to be doing metal reviews every Tuesday. If you want to hear some reviews on metal albums, make sure you like and subscribe. I am prone to introspection. Iron Monkey, a band that formed in 1994 in Nottingham. They released their first EP, the self-titled debut in 96, I think it was. And Our Problem, a real full-length album in 1998. Huge fan of the band. Remember first hearing them on an Earache compilation album, Earplugged. It was 1 or 2, I think it might have been Earplugged 2. Big Loader was the song, great riff. And since then, Iron Monkey, one of those bands that they were kind of the darlings of the press for a little while. They had a very short career. Sadly, their incredible vocalist Johnny Marrow died in 2002 from kidney failure, I believe. They were lauded as England's version of I Hate God. Very sludgecore band. Real fusion of Black Sabbath and hardcore riffs. Clearly influenced by bands like Black Flag and a lot of the hardcore bands, hard bands. Ooh. Johnny Marrow's vocals were a standout. Never heard any vocals like his. Real banshee wail, kind of, just, ugh. And his a very Burrow-esque writing style as well. Very cryptic lyrics, if you go and read some of his stuff. Interesting stuff. You just seen that bit, now watch this bit. But yeah, they were one of those bands that kind of, they were almost over before they began. I remember just seeing tons of bands. I remember Phil Anselmo and I think it was Dave McLean from Machine Head. I always used to see him wearing Iron Monkey t-shirts and checked him out, loved them. Great band. Anyway, enough rambling on. If you made it this far, you might as well get through it. Two of the surviving members, Jim Rushby and Steve Watson, at the beginning of this year announced that Iron Monkey were back together and they were going to be releasing a new album, which caused a bit of a stir. They recruited Scott Brigger-Briggs from Chaos UK on drums and got together to write a bunch of more songs, which would go on to become 913, the current Iron Monkey album. So, is it any good? Yes and no. It's a little difficult to talk about track by track review for this one because there's not a huge diversity in the songs. You pretty much know what you're getting with an Iron Monkey album. You're certainly not going to tune in for ballads, that's for sure. So, 913. The elephant in the room, of course, the vocals. Now, Jim Rushby, who used to play bass for the band, and I believe he actually wrote a huge amount of the music for the band anyway. I seem to remember reading that in an interview. Was it him or Scott? Metal album reviews every Tuesday, England ham time. I think Jim actually does a really solid job of the vocals. They're certainly not, it's certainly not easy listening music by any stretch of the imagination. It's not Johnny Marrow, but then again, who could be? And why would you try and imitate that? Although there are some moments on that where you can see he's almost trying too hard to get there. But I think overall he does a really solid job on the vocals on this album. Surely there are better things to do on a Saturday. I think the production on this album is really solid. Really enjoy the sound. Very thick, heavy sound. The songwriting itself, the actual instrumentation, is very reminiscent of Iron Monkey. There's certainly no denying that. However, there's definitely more hardcore riffs in this than there is sludge, which is a shame because one of the things that I really enjoy about those first well, the only Iron Monkey riffs were songs like Big Loader and 666 Pack, which starts out kind of mid-paced and just gets slower and slower and slower to the point where it's just, it kind of it leaves you feeling uneasy because it's so slow, and there's a lack of that on this album. It's a very strong album. I really did enjoy listening to it, and it's definitely something that I'm going to continue listening to, and I'm interested to see what they do from here on out. But yeah, could have done with a bit more of the sludge element to the sound. Plenty of hardcore, not so much sludge. I'd probably give this a 7 out of 10. Solid enough, great performances from everyone. As I said before, lacking the sludge to the sludgecore, unfortunately. Again, Jim, I think he does a very competent job on the vocals. I got no problem with what he's done with the vocals. If you enjoyed this drivel, this rambling on, then like and subscribe. Go to my channel, check out some of the playlists there. Every Tuesday I'm going to be doing a metal album review. That's going to be happening every week from now on. So come back if you're a metalhead. Your life will be better for Free to Be Who Will Be. Should I be doing more with my life?